All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I just got home from work. My stomach is making very odd noises. I think that's going to have to do, because then it's like more stable this way. If I put it on just the shirt, it's going to like flop all over the place. So it's okay, right? You guys aren't, whatever. All right. So I decided I wanted to do all the decans for Pisces. We're going to read about the cusp and then the first decan, second decan, and third decan, and then the other cusp as well. Hope you guys are doing well. Again, reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers. Joost. Starting with Aquarius and Pisces cusp, which is from 26 degrees of Aquarius to 4 degrees of Pisces, which is basically between February 16th to February 22nd. Central concept of this one is sensitivity, the season, late winter, elements, a combination of air and water, qualities, a combination of fixed and mutable, rulers, a combination of Uranus and Neptune, symbols, the water bearer and the fish. Modes are thought and feeling. The Aquarius-Pisces cusp is an overlapping and admixture of the 11th sign and the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces. The AP cusp, we'll call it, can be symbolically likened in human terms to the period around 77 years of age and comes amid the freezing, harsh weather of late winter in the northern hemisphere. However, winter will soon be over and spring on the way as the days increasingly lengthen. In human development, the age of 77, the close of the life cycle, may be nearer for many who still survive. By this time, the human being should have come to terms with his or her life and at peace with loved ones and friends. Breaking down any armoring that remains and showing honest feelings are important now. Rarely will new projects be taken on at this time, but the explorations involved in ending life may come to represent a kind of ultimate peak experience for the highly philosophical. The emphasis now should be on peace, acceptance, and getting one's internal house in order, accepting mortality with grace and dignity, even preparing for it psychologically and spiritually, rather than succumbing to fear, denying and fighting it, may be a more enlightened way to go. Indeed, yes. The days which comprise the AP cusp exemplify some of the manifestations of sensitivity, the central theme of this cusp. Yes. Where the active, inventive, and universal Aquarius impulses merge with watery, impressionable, and dreamy Pisces qualities. The Aquarius-Pisces personality. I need to get comfortable here. After a while of holding this book, let me tell you, it's yeah. Maybe I should just reposition this thing so it's not like there. It works. The sensitive souls born on the Aquarius-Pisces cusp direct most of their energy within two spheres, the personal and the universal, often bypassing the worldly sphere in the process. Indeed, the Pisces, that's how they put it. That's very clever. Pisces or a Pisces may be seen as an explorer who has courage enough to dig deep within him or herself, but also yearns to soar off into the beyond. Perhaps the ultimate synthesis for such an individual to accomplish is to recognize the extremes of internal and external, subjective and objective, personal and universal, as simply two sides of the same coin, which is profoundly true. I believe that. Also, because the middle ground, symbolically speaking, the functioning ego and its social expression, is the most difficult for those born on this cusp to tread, they may have to focus more of their energy on managing the business of life. Every cusp personality comprises conflicting elements, being influenced by two very different adjacent signs. In the case of this particular cusp, the dynamic, universal nature of Aquarius is either tempered or challenged by the highly subjective, personal nature of Pisces. More successful people born on this cusp are able to integrate these two sides of their character, neither losing themselves to unrealistic dreams nor submerging themselves in the depths of their own concerns. I can't think of which I like better, Aquarius or Aquarius. I kind of like Aquarius. I'll just switch it up when I feel like it. Okay, so Aquarius have a hunger for experience. For many, impressions from the outside world are like food or fuel, which powers their creative motor. But as they are sensitive to the extreme, it is difficult for them to remain objective in their contacts with the world. This is part of the reason why their attempts to create balance in their daily life are highly problematical. So, advice for this particular personality placement: don't give up on the world or retreat behind fences. If necessary, tear obstructions down to rediscover your sensitive self. Learning to trust may mean ceasing to fear, without denying your need to explore the depths and the heights. Take the middle road more often. Aquarius-Pisces attractions. People born on the Aquarius-Pisces cusp are generally most attracted to other cusp people, particularly those born on the Cancer-Gemini cusp, which is from June 19th to the 24th, and the Leo-Virgo cusp, which is from August 19th to the 25th cusp. AP cusp notables: John Schlesinger, Vera Ellen, Michael Jordan, Marian Anderson, Andre Segovia, Toni Morrison, Nicholas Copernicus, Carson McCullers, Ansel Adams, Nancy Wilson, W.H. Auden, George Washington. Ooh, that's cool. No way. That's freaking awesome. George Washington, hell yeah. Edna St. Vincent Millay. And that's the Aquarius-Pisces cusp. All right, so we're going to move on to the first decan of Pisces. First decan of Pisces is from February 23rd to March 2nd. Zodiac position is approximately from 3 degrees to 12 degrees of Pisces. The central image is spirit. The season, late winter. Element, water. Quality, mutable. Ruler, Neptune. Symbol, the fish. And the mode is feeling. The first decan of Pisces takes spirit as its central image. This segment of the grand cycle of life can be likened in human terms to the years of a person's late 70s. At this time, in the twilight of life, many think of higher values and of spiritual goals. For some, religion plays an important role at this time. For others, a cause which embodies their highest ideals. Realizing that they have already lived beyond the average lifespan gives many a feeling for the precious nature of life, which they never had previously. Ideally, every week, month, and year, ultimately every day, becomes a special gift. However, others may have come to regard life as a burden and long for the release of the spirit from the body. By the way, before I continue, I would like to remind everybody that the new moon in Pisces going on right now is at 9 degrees. So that means that this new moon is in the first decan of Pisces. I just wanted to make sure and say that before continuing. So as I read this, think about the energies that are being talked about, this personality, because those are the types of essence, that's the essence that this new moon really is bringing in. Where did I leave off though? The days which comprise Pisces I symbolically reveal the elder embracing the present moment fully, either with joy or sorrow, but also pausing to contemplate the past and future more meaningfully than before. A higher consciousness of the meaning of life, sacrifice for a higher cause, belief in the afterlife or reincarnation, even a continued zest for living and a wish to remain ever young are all possible at this time. The Pisces I personality. Most Pisces I people believe in the supremacy of spirit over matter, and therefore often devote themselves to idealistic causes or pursuits. Their belief systems may be religious in nature, or they may be pantheists who see God everywhere, even if they do not submit to the authority of a church, temple, or mosque. Also, their sense of devotion can be directed toward their work, family, or hobby, which may in fact be less of a hobby and more of an all-involving pursuit. Rarely does one find an unbridled egotist in this period, since even those Pisces ones who devote themselves to their own career or self-development also do so with an air of serving a higher cause. Yet, Pisces ones can also be aloof and at times preoccupied with their own self-importance or the importance of their projects, which sometimes means neglecting family and friends. Also, an air of infallibility often accompanies them so that others may find themselves frustrated or even infuriated with the better than thou or know-it-all attitude of the Pisces I individual. Many Pisces ones have a surprisingly realistic view of life in all of its many aspects. Their interests roam over the entire range of human knowledge, from the practical concerns of daily life to the farthest reaches of the cosmos. Pisces ones, in fact, may not regard spirituality as some far-off dream state, but a more enlightened or conscious way of dealing with the here and now. Some advice for the first decan of Pisces individuals. Sometimes you need to be more aggressive. Keep in touch with everyday matters and remain attentive to your needs and the needs of others. Beware of alienation through placing yourself on a higher plane. Seeking a higher state of consciousness need not mean avoiding shouldering the work of life. And some first decan of Pisces notables: Giovanni Piccadella, Mirandola, Renata Scotto, Merbaba, Adele Davis, Victor Hugo, Madeleine Carroll, Rudolf Steiner, No way. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is like, see, this is literally the first time I'm reading everything with you. So it's like, okay. Rudolf Steiner, Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor. I can see that too. That woman, that actress, I always remember that diamond commercial. You guys remember that? Like way back in the day when she had her diamond perfume and it was like all like intense and she was like she'd be like in a ballroom dress or like lingerie or something and you'd see like the sun and she's like walking into the room and she has like diamond earrings and she takes it off and it's like the perfume. Yeah, I remember that. Super cheesy, but she was very magnetic. Very, very magnetic. And she's been in a lot of stuff. Linus Pauling, Bernadette Peters, Anne Lee, Sandra Botticelli, Alberta Hunter, Jennifer Jones. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Pretty neat. Then we're going to go to the second decan of Pisces here. All right, so hope the lighting isn't annoying either. Here's my perfectionist Virgo South Node side coming out. Now let's go on to the second decan of Pisces. Second decan of Pisces is from March 3rd to March 10th. It is approximately from 11 degrees to 21 degrees of Pisces. The central image is the loner. The season, late winter, element water, quality mutable, ruler Neptune, symbol the fish, and the mode is feeling. The second decan of Pisces period takes the loner as its central image. According to the grand cycle of life in human terms, this period relates to the time when a person reaches the majestic age of 80. At this point, feelings of oneness with the nature of things, but isolation from the world of man may arise. Many friends and perhaps a life partner have departed, leaving the octogenarian to carry on. This can be an extremely trying time, both psychologically and physically. Thus, keeping positive about life may be difficult. Some now yearn for an easy end, but others may enjoy a final release from the responsibilities of this world and thus experience a sense of renewed freedom. The days which comprise Pisces II symbolically reveal a person very advanced in years turning inward and pursuing purely internal goals in relative isolation, thinking creatively and imaginatively, contemplating rewards or punishments in the afterlife, and apprehending a heightened sense of beauty in the nature of things are all typical of this period. The Pisces II personality. Pisces II people are often individuals who wind up spending long periods of time alone. Of course, like anyone else, they fulfill their daily family and work responsibilities, but even while functioning effectively, they can be in their own world, generally not overly social. Pisces IIs have a circle of loyal and loving friends who provide them with all the social interaction that they need. Many Pisces IIs choose to work as self-employed persons out of their own home or private office. And when operating within a work team, do best when they have their own space, where they can close the door against intrusions. Those born in this period have a great gift to give those few people they allow into their space: intimacy. Few in the whole world, few in the whole year, trying to get comfortable again, have the talent to so meaningfully share themselves and their often unusual interior life. Those blessed with a Pisces II friend know the joys of interacting with such sensitive and often quietly passionate individuals. Pisces IIs do not have it easy in the world, often singled out or even persecuted for their sensitivity and their idiosyncrasies. Idiosyncrasies, yep. I know that word. They may well begin a retreat from society in their teens or early adulthood. Other more normal Pisces IIs gravitate toward increasing privacy, not because they dislike or are traumatized by the outside world, but rather because they find the state of being alone more rewarding and productive. Many such individuals are very distracted and upset by the endless noise and static of everyday existence. Because those born in this week are generally open, accepting, sensitive individuals, their receptivity is very high. Consequently, more than most, they can be prone to accidents and disease, as well as to positive experiences of learning and sensuous stimulation. It seems that Pisces IIs are fated to live fully in the peaks and valleys of life. Fortunately, those born this period tend to be extremely resilient and thus recover from setbacks which others might not survive at all. Advice for Pisces II: try to remain realistic in your outlook. Resist the lure of escapes in all their varied forms. On the other hand, leave a window open onto the world. Continue to strive for trust and acceptance. But remember to stand up for yourself as well. Improving your social position may make certain things easier for you. Your suffering may neither be unique or, for that matter, necessary. Now on to some notables. We have Alexander Graham Bell, Harriet Tubman, Dom Pedro of Portugal, Rosa Luxemburg, Pier Pablo Pasolini, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Michelangelo, that's cool, Anna Magnani, Luther Burbank, Oliver Wendell Holmes, Irene Papas, Amerigo Vespucci. Okay, so now we're on the third decan of Pisces. I think I'm just gonna, after I do this one, I'll save the cusp of Pisces and Aries for a different video, but I'll read this one. The third decan of Pisces is from March 11th to March 18th. Approximate 19 degrees to 28 degrees of Pisces. Central image, dancers and dreamers. Season, late winter. Element, water. Quality, mutable. Ruler, Neptune. Symbol, the fish. And mode is feeling. The Pisces III period takes dancers and dreamers as its central image. Simply put, this period closes the grand cycle and represents the ending of this lifetime on Earth. Those about to leave this earthly plane feel the gravity of the Earth's attraction more strongly than ever, but also the inexorable pull of the world beyond. Even through pain and suffering, a range of emotions may be felt from acceptance to expectation to excitement or even joy. A quickening sense of an experience far beyond what one has yet known, or in some cases, a glimmering recognition of such a state may be sensed at this time. Both present and past are finally left behind in the body when the mind enters a dream world and the soul dances on. The days which comprise Pisces III symbolically reveal an individual embarking on the ultimate transition into the beyond. exercising faculties of intuition and inspiration, encountering an inexorable fate, embracing it or struggling against it, rising to new spiritual heights and realizations, and finally, closing the life cycle that may lead again to rebirth, are all part of this process. You hear that? I sure do. Please God, I hope that my dog is not trying to knock over my fence. Okay, it stopped. I think we're good. The Pisces III personality. Pisces III people are often endowed with unusual psychic and intuitive gifts, yet they may in fact squander such talents if they have no way to ground them in the here and now. Balancing conflicting points of view, energies, and daily activities are key to the effectiveness of Pisces IIIs. Some of the struggles which all of us undergo, but which stand out in bold relief in the Pisces III personality, are coming to terms with the relative and the absolute, objective and subjective, pragmatic and ideal. For example, many Pisces IIIs know that everything is relative, but at the same time, feel the intense need to believe in certain universal principles. Or although they know that there are unassailable truths that one must operate by in everyday life, they also recognize that much of what we encounter is colored by our subjective views and responses. Swinging back and forth between such points of view is typical for Pisces IIIs. But so also is their intense desire to integrate seeming contradictions. The unreality factor of this week can be very high, particularly among those Pisces IIIs who have not invested much time or energy in developing practical skills. This kind of Pisces III wishes to fly before learning to walk. It is true, however, that many born in this period exhibit paranormal abilities from an early age that go against generally accepted notions of space, time, and causality. Causality. Oh my gosh, why did I say casualty? Causality. I read that wrong. My bad. Causality. But whether they display such unusual abilities or not, those born in Pisces III do seem to be in touch with special human and universal conditions which are sensed by very few. Therefore, it is likely that at some point they will forsake worldly ambitions to follow what they perceive as greater challenges and higher callings. Advice for Pisces III: be more demanding of yourself in your personal development and contribute actively to the life around you. Beware of neglecting to build a firm foundation. There is a limit to what you are capable of overcoming. Make life easier for yourself and be willing to compromise when necessary. Some Pisces III notables: Dorothy Schiff, Bobby McFerrin, Liza Minnelli, Vaslav Nijinsky, Ron Hubbard, L. Ron Hubbard, the L. Ron Hubbard, yes. Sylvia Beach, Albert Einstein, Elvira Mabel Burns, Alan Laverne Bain, Rosa Bonheur, James Madison, Anna Wessels Williams, Edgar Cayce, Irene Cara. Edgar Cayce. Very cool. I can definitely see Albert Einstein for sure being a third decan of Pisces. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Then we can start on Aries, and I would basically read the page on Aries overall. Then we would go through the cusp of Aries and Pisces and the three decans of Aries. So I hope you guys liked this portion. And let me know if you have any Pisces placements. I should probably share mine. So I have 2 placements in Pisces in my chart. My Venus in Pisces is in at 15 degrees in my 8th house. I believe that puts it, let's see. That is actually in the 2nd decan of Pisces. Yeah, that puts it at the 2nd decan of Pisces, Venus, which is the loner. And then I have my North Node in Pisces, also in the 8th, at in the 3rd decan of Pisces. So my North Node is in the 3rd decan. But those are my Pisces placements. All right, guys. I'll see you later.